Good evening, everyone. This is Vijeta Shastri here. A very interesting conversation coming up. This is the Syrow Spotlight series, where we'll be bringing together subject matter experts and leaders from various industries. Syrow, as you know, is a voice technology company working with probably every single of the largest retailers, e-commerce companies across India and global as well. So today we have a very interesting person, someone with very deep domain expertise, and someone that I've been having conversations with just in preparation for this. And I must say, we are going to be learning a lot. So welcome Raju Dedhia from Vinculum to the session, number one. Number two, what is this gentleman all about and what does he do, which is going to be so interesting? Well, he is very much into the e-commerce space, omni-channel retailing. He's someone who's quoted in so many magazines and newspapers, and is definitely a subject matter expert. And so Raju, welcome. We are really looking forward to understanding more of what you do and about this really exciting industry. Over to you, sir.
Hey, thanks, Vijeta. Thanks, for engaging us onto this particular show, right? And thanks for giving us this opportunity, for allowing us to showcase and discuss some of the upcoming trends for e-commerce, omni-channel, D2C, quick commerce, right? Various things, various changes happening in e-commerce. So looking forward to the discussions.
Fantastic. And of course, the audience here is going to be other partners of Syrow, is going to be people in the retail business, startups, entrepreneurs, investors. So omni-channel retailing, what exactly does this mean in the Indian context? And tell us about how you are really changing the landscape.
Yeah, before we go there, let's try to understand what's omni-channel a bit, right? Vijeta, I'm a big cricket fan, right? And with this whole IPL auctions that we have seen recently, right? There are so many changes which have happened within the teams, right? And even if you look at the past few years of IPL, it has been very dynamic, moving from India to Middle East, doing half tournaments here and there, right? So what we are witnessing is that, cricket as such, T20 was always a demanding sport, right? But in last few years, the dynamics have changed a lot, right? And I think when I look at e-commerce, right, I feel the same thing is happening with e-commerce, right? And with this whole pandemic thing coming in, right, it has actually accelerated e-commerce, to a lot, right? The entire retail dynamics have changed. Omni-channel has taken the front seat. There are new challenges, new concepts, new solutions, new consumer habits, new technologies which are coming up, each and every day, right? And, last few years, we might be hearing a lot on omni-channel stuff, right? Traditionally, we all did good old-fashioned shopping from a retail counter, right? Going to stores, buying products. In last decade or so, we've started, buying online, right? With an e-commerce, either on Amazon or a Flipkart or a brand.com, right? As an extension, we moved from offline to online, right? But did we had that seamless experience, right? Or was it an isolated experience that we felt, or it was a disconnected experience, right? For the first few years of this decade, definitely this was more looked as an isolated experience. That's where omni-channel came into picture. And the whole concept of omni-channel is providing a seamless experience, right, to the customer. Let me bring out an interesting experience of mine recently that I had at one of the stores in Mumbai in an RCT mall. Right, it was an amazing experience, I would say. I went into a store with my wife. Right, we wanted to buy a few products. Right, the service at the store was amazing. Right, the assistant at the store was friendly. They helped us to select the right garment with a right option or a style, suggested us which outfit goes well with us, and all that. But unfortunately, out of 4 or 5 products what we bought or we intend to buy, 2 or 3 were not available in the stock, right? But the store guy was smart enough. He pulled out a tablet, right? Whatever tablet in terms of an iPad, he pulled it out, right? He showcased those products digitally, and he, made us feel comfortable. And he said that whatever is available in the store, you can purchase. Whatever is not available, you can place an order, and we can get it delivered. Right? It was a perfect example of engaging with someone in person, right? Which could actually extend building awareness of an online industry, plus bringing that loyalty. End of that transaction, the store guy asked me an email address, and because of that connect which was developed, I was able to share that email address, easily, right? Which at times become difficult. So this is again an example of omni-channel, right? When being into a store, looking for products, inventory not available, I can order online and I can get it home delivered, right? So this is where the entire industry today is moving. To summarize, I would say shoppers or customers should be able to browse, purchase, deliver, collect, and returns goods from any of the channel, and that experience should remain consistent. Right. So that's on the omni-channel piece. Back to you, Vijita.
Thank you very much. It is a very personalized and very well articulated example of how human interactions and touch points work across the entire spectrum. Fantastic, Raju. Now, what we would like to know, I know you're well prepared for this, and that's something very appreciable, is when you say that you have these offerings as a company to various e-commerce and e-retailers. I know that you've prepared something. Can you just showcase to us who your customers are and what you offer to them? Thank you. Over to you.
Sure. Let me bring up a slide, right, which will help us to go through this. And yeah. Just to confirm that the slide is visible to everyone.
Yeah. Go ahead, Raju.
Okay. So Vinculum as an organization, we are known as a preferred SaaS platform, enabling brands and retailers to sell on any channel and fulfill from any location. Right? We are geographically present across the globe. India, Southeast Asia, Middle East, US. These are our primary focus geographies. Where I would say majority of our customer base lies from. As an organization, we are more than 800 plus customers in terms of medium and large segments, available customers or customers using our platform. Right now, this slide I'll divide them into two parts. One is what we do and what we solve and how we do it. Right, what we do is there on the left hand side white space background, right, where you can see a brand trying to reach out to their customer or connecting with a customer, or it can be vice versa, that a customer is wanting to buy or browse for a particular brand. Now today when we talk about omni-channel, we talk about e-commerce, we talk about the retail industry, how it has moved, right? Brands are present on multiple channels. They are present on marketplaces like an Amazon or an eBay or an Lazada or a Flipkart or a Myntra in India. They are present via their own brand.com, right, which is their own web stores. The traditional brands are present via offline store network, which means they had their retail outlets or a franchisee outlet or an exclusive brand outlet or a multi-brand outlet. Brands which were pure play into, let's say, an FMCG category or stuff, they had the distribution supply chain network where they used to sell to distributors to retailers, and then retailers to the customers. Or the brands are also present today on Instagram, Google Shopping, Pinterest, Facebook and stuff. So today if you look at it, right, brand are present on multiple channels. Right now people at times get confused this with an omni-channel. They feel that being present on multiple channel is an omni experience. Yes, I would say 50% of your omni-channel means being present on multiple channels, but the other 50% is getting those orders when a customer browses on a marketplace or a web store, or is buying through a social media platform or ordering at store, getting those orders fulfilled from the nearest location or the best fulfillment location actually describes a true omni-channel use case, right? Hence, order coming from a marketplace or web store can be fulfilled from own warehouse, a 3PL warehouse, or a marketplace warehouse, or an own store is the actual scenario of omnichannel. So that's what we help brands, retailers, brand aggregators, 3PLs, to solve with, right? Now, how we do it? We've got various series of products, right? There are four important elements when it comes to retail and e-commerce. One is the catalog listing part. Second is the order and inventory management part. Third is the warehouse fulfillment part. And fourth is the payment reconciliation part. Right. Now, for all these four elements, for the first element, which is the catalog listing part, we've got two tools. One is a product information management tool, which helps to centralize the product data, helps to clean the product data, and make sure that that product data is published on all the channels that the customer is wanting to manage on. Right. One of the subsets of this PIM is a lister. Now, today, when a brand sells on multiple marketplaces, let's say an example of a brand X selling on Amazon, Myntra, Flipkart. For every of the marketplace, the nuances are different. The categories are different, the descriptions are different, the color size, even the images are different. So for a brand to onboard new products, they have to go manually and manage on each of these channels to publish their catalog and publish their events. Right? That's where the listing tool comes very, very handy. This listing tool completely automates this part. As a brand, I have to only create the product once, and the listing tool will automate this and push the data to the respective channel in terms of their requirements. Amazon will get Amazon's data, Flipkart will get Flipkart's data, and Myntra will get Myntra data. Right? So that are those are the two platforms related to, I would say, the catalog listing part, a PIM and a catalog lister tool. Moving on next, there is an order and inventory management platform. Right now, this is, I would say, the core of the entire ecosystem, or the core of the entire products that we sell. Right? This is a heart and soul. This order management platform basically seamlessly manages, orders and inventory updates. As a platform, we are integrated with more than 200 plus channels. When I say 200 per channels, this includes web stores, marketplaces, and 3PLs. About web stores, a Magento or a Shopify or a WooCommerce or a Salesforce Cloud Commerce, all are pre-integrated to our stack. Similarly, about marketplaces, the regional ones, the global ones, and the category specific. If I specifically talk about India, Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra, Ajio, Paytm, Unique, Nykaa, Tel, there are more than 30 plus marketplaces in India which are part of the pre-integrated network. And the 3PLs, right? The courier or the service courier delivery guys who picks up from the warehouse and delivers to the customer, right? In terms of a Gati or a delivery or an Ecom Express, right? Or aggregators like ShipRocket, ShipDelight, ClickPost are all part of the integration. So it's a very strong order management platform which helps to seamlessly manage orders and inventory synchronization with all these ecosystem partners. Moving on to the third part, which is the warehousing piece, right? We are a Gartner recognized WMS product. Since last consecutive 5 years, we have been participating in the Gartner quadrant, and we have been, recognized as one of the, best solutions available for the warehousing piece, right? For people who don't know or who cannot recognize Gartner, they are something similar to an Oscars of, the software or the SaaS product industry. They pick up the best products every year and they, publish it onto their website. We can proudly say that our WMS, which manages the B2B and B2C part, have been part of the Gartner certification for consecutive last 5 years. Right? Then the last part which comes is the reconciliation part. Right now, this is again a standout product of Vinculum. Brands who are selling on marketplaces, they would understand that the marketplace ends up paying less than what they had committed to. And this is not a problem with marketplace, but this is because of wrong data structure, wrong calculations of commissions, overcharges of transportations, returns not reconciled, cancellations not reconciled, right? Till a point, a brand can manually reconcile this. But when they grow, right, manual reconciliation becomes very, very difficult. That's where Vinculum comes into picture, right? In terms of automating these reconciliations, giving you statements which brand can go to the marketplace and claim their money back, right? So far, if you look at it, starting from listing the product onto the e-commerce channels, managing the orders and inventories, fulfilling those orders using the warehousing and the 3PL integrations, and once the product has been delivered, reconciling the payments with the marketplaces so if you look at it, the entire from start to the end, all these use cases are being solved by Vinculum. Along with this, we have our own marketplace stack. Today, brands like a Nika or a Trell or a Woovly or a Nestri, they are running on Vinculum's marketplace stack, which means onboarding sellers, managing their catalog, managing their inventories, managing seller payout statements. All of that is managed using the Vinculum market. And lastly, the VIN loyalty piece, which is an omni-channel loyalty platform, right, which enables brands to recognize customer as one single customer, whether they buy offline or online or various brands under an umbrella. All of that customers can be recognized as one, right? So this is what I would say we do day in, day out. This is where our 800 customers have been using our products, leveraging upon Vinculum's tech stack, and growing their business, on day-to-day basis. Back to you, Vijeta. Sorry, this might be a little long one, but it was necessary to bring the context to the audience.
Absolutely. So now I think you have covered so many things about your USP, the way you work, the brands, the massive range of brands from startups to established players. So now we hit the rapid fire and those aspects of it now, Raju, because we want to keep it as crisp and easy for the audience to digest. All right. So this is what I would first like to ask you on this. Okay, in terms of your local expertise, your USP, and also you also have a lot of global prowess. So if you have to capture this in a few lines, what is your main USP? Over to you, Raju.
Yeah. So when we talk about our main USP, right, the depth and the breadth of the product is our main USP. Integrating with marketplaces, integrating with transporters, web store partners, I would say is as a USP where Vinculum gets recognized. Again, to repeat, from PIM to listing to OMS, WMS, seller panel, warehousing, payment reconciliations, loyalty. If we look at it, the whole solution gets stitched. It's a one-stop solution for any brand to reach out to Vinculum, which is one, right? And along with this, we have our ecosystem partner, which means we've got partners who can, help brands to manage their warehouses. We've got partners who can do their marketing, SEOs, and refinements of it, right? This whole partnership angle is, we've got more than 100+ partners. So if I have to tell you, it's a combo which is unbreakable. Right, we generally refer this to our customers. It's an Atut combo, right, which the brands can go for and can be dependent on Vinculum for.
I love that Atut combo. Fantastic for because we must smooth June types of thing. That's very nice, very, very nice, Raju. Okay, next question which I would love to fire at you is this. Okay, it's a mix of brick and mortar, online, offline, D2C, marketplace. So if you have a very crispy outline, which business model do you find the best prospects in? 800 customers is massive, but still your best prospects.
See, I would say that the COVID has actually done wonders for e-commerce industry, right? It has forced everyone to operate at much higher level of digital maturity, at least, right? Today, to succeed, retailers are putting their stake, right, to make sure that their digital and physical presence are talking to each other and both are aligned, right? Marketers need to basically recognize the type of behavior the customer is into, and if they are doing their homework right, I would say they would have understand things what different they can do, right? One thing that I would say that brands should be present where the customers are shopping, right? They should meet their customers where customers want to meet. So I would say each of these model, whether we call it as a D2C, which is a digital first brand model, or an omni-channel, which is a merger of traditional offline retail to an online retail, selling on marketplaces, setting up marketplaces, right? Quick commerce, all of these, use cases are relevant. It might be relevant for some, it might be not relevant for some. If I talk about the trend in the industry, there are three very clear-cut trends which stands out. The year started with D2C. Every brand wanted to, jump onto the bandwagon of D2C and want to, have digital presence. The year is ending with quick commerce. We've seen, the top four companies in India, the Blinkit or the Dunzo, the Zepto and the Swiggy. Everybody is into quick commerce. Earlier, next day delivery, 2 days delivery, 3 days delivery, people were, happy. But today, when people are offering 10 minutes and 20 minutes, is 2 day, 3 day delivery, people are happy? I don't think so. Right? So that's where things are moving from trend perspective. The third one is the digital marketplace, right? Today, brands which have, a big umbrella under which they've got several sub brands or a digital mall, right? People are coming with such concepts where they want to create marketplace of malls, a marketplace of brands, and wants to sell it, right? So these three scenarios, D2C, quick commerce, and setting up marketplace, somewhere we see a trend, moving towards at least for the next 12 to 18 months.
Fantastic. You've really covered this so beautifully. We talked about quick commerce, we talked about D2C and the way you're addressing the gaps and your future trends. So, Raju, if I had to ask you very specifically, you're so passionate about what you do and the expertise that you bring in. And if you had to talk about 18 months, 2 years, a few trends and how you're also building this along with partners, I think that would be a beautiful, crisp outline to all the other entrepreneurs, founders, and maybe your future potential customers are going to be listening in. Over to you, Raju.
Sorry, Vijeta, can you repeat that again?
So I see a lot of passion, and I also see that you have a vision of how quick commerce and D2C and marketplace will unfold over the next 18 months, 24 months. And if you have to give a message out to your potential customers, okay, what would that be as to why, what are the gaps you're addressing and why they should work with you?
See, customers are expecting, seamless e-commerce shopping experiences, right? An e-commerce strategy has to be an holistic and comprehensive strategy. It depends on strong foundations of four pillars, right? I would say channel management, inventory management, order fulfillment, shipment, and fulfillment, right? And this is all achieved via digital transformation. I would say digital transformation is only way, right, where company can address this rising complexity and providing an excellent customer service, all to manage the operations. Technology is something that is a must to have, right? And with a strong partner ecosystem leveraging upon definitely what we can do out of the box, but also getting dependent or being dependent on a large partner network, we tend to fulfill all this requirements for our customers, right? One thing that I would want to maybe summarize is saying that for companies who are looking out to boost their back-end operations or streamline their processes, Vinculum is a one-stop solution, right, which has been already been used by brands like Titan, MyGlam, Nykaa, Swiggy, Zepto, and many others, right? We help to provide organization with a seamless access to relevant information wherever they are, whenever they need it, so that companies can run faster and can perform better.
Absolutely. So, Raju, you're saying it's all about trust, goodwill, great collaborations and partnerships, and I think that's what even Syrow stands for. Fantastic. See, we have been actually talking for nearly half an hour. Time really flies. People, okay, Raju, you have to work with a lot of people. You're hiring, you're training, and retaining. So, what is your cultural policies, and you personally as a leader, what do you look at?
See, again, fortunately at Vinculum, we have been, I would say, fortunate to have a good experience or a good blend of people, right? While many of us have been part of this organization since day one, 14 years the journey has been, and, many of us has been. But yes, we have been inducting new talents, right? New resources every now and then to make sure that we don't stay too much away from what the industries or how brands or how companies are working, right? With this new talent coming in, and every now and then it keeps challenging our internal team, and it keeps us to be on focus and make sure that we are aligned, right? So on the resource fund, definitely I would say we are blessed to have a good blend of team of old experienced guys who have worked on multiple ERPs, with the new age guys who are more focused on customer centric solutions rather than just creating or developing solutions, right, for heck of it. We tend to focus on the customer piece first, and all of our solutions are basis or design on one tagline, which is enable the growth of those brands and retailers who are opting for Vinculum, right? So we need to daily keep finding ways and means to make sure that whatever we are doing should contribute to the growth of brands and retailers, so that in a way that contributes to our growth too.
Fantastic. And in conclusion, Raju, 22 years of experience, many of it has been spent in Vinculum. Pre-sales, enterprise sale, closing sales. Very tough, but you have been pretty successful. So what's your secret sauce? And if you just give a few inputs, a few thought processes to our audience, it would be awesome.
See, my journey, at Vinculum itself, right? I'm not going beyond Vinculum, or maybe the 22 years, right? 1/3 of the career I have been working with brands and retailers at my start of the career. Later on, I have been part of Vinculum. Within Vinculum, I started as a business analyst, moved to an implementation head, solution architect, heading up a business unit, and now looking at pre-sales, right? But I think always the connect with the customer, right, has helped me a lot, right? And one thing that I would want to suggest to all the newcomers is have patience, listen to your customers, and work towards solutions, right? I think that is something that I would always keep saying internally to my team also, and I would recommend every newcomer to hear your customer, work for them, and make sure that they are happy.
So you make sure that service is there as a spotlight with your customers. Beautiful. And I should tell the Syrow team, and I'm requesting you also, sometime we should do a session on enterprise sales and closure and pre-sales. It will be beautiful.
Definitely, Vijeta. Looking forward to it.
Yes, but this has been a fantastic conversation. You're really, clued on, and there's so much of brilliant insights and knowledge that you shared with our audience. Thank you, Raju, for taking the time out. I know that you're busy and you're doing a lot of activities, expanding. Wishing you also all the very best.
Just a thing here, right? So this e-commerce piece, what we spoke, right? There are so many things, right? And this industry is changing, right? There are so many new concepts, and specifically on the D2C and the quick commerce piece. Every day the industry is changing. Today itself there was an article which was published on Economic Times, which talks about some of our experiences that our customers like Swiggy and Zepto have experienced while using our product stack, and how they, using that experience, how they have been able to promise and deliver to their customers when it comes to 10 minutes or 20 minutes delivery, right? So everyone who is looking out for quick commerce as a subject matter, yes, please go on to Economic Times, go through that article, and anytime if you are looking for more information, you can connect back with either me at Vinculum or at any of the guys, and we'll be more than happy to help you out.
That's very, very generous of you, Raju. That's very kind. And that's what makes the community and ecosystem thrive, isn't it, in India? So that's wonderful. Thank you for that.
Thanks, Vijeta.
Right. So, just to tell everyone who's going to be watching this, that it's been a very delightful masterclass on e-commerce, D2C, how e-retailers are going, customer service, pre-sales. Fantastic. So, Raju, a note of gratitude. All the best once again to you. Okay.
Thanks, Vijeta, for this opportunity once again, right? And again, looking forward for more masterclass, more sessions, participating, as well as I'll make sure that I follow and I learn from other speakers as well. Thank you very much.
Fantastic. Thank you, Raju, and thank you to the Syrow team as well. Coming to the end of this episode of Syrow Spotlight, this is Vijay signing off. Take care, be well, and keep growing, be successful, create lots of jobs, and create lots of wealth. That's what entrepreneurs have to do, and that's what wonderful people like Raju are constantly doing in India. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye. Thank you, Raju, once again.
Thank you.